Hello, 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 everybody! Welcome back. It has been a very long time, dare I say months, since the last time we've had a podcast. But for those that haven't been here in a very long time, welcome to the Gracia Experience, a podcast where we bring the best and only the best there is, and we just mess around, make memes, have fun, all that kind of stuff. You know how I am with these intros, and when it comes to introducing the esteemed guest of the week, well, we just let them introduce themselves, alright? So, the floor is all yours.
Wow, I am terrible at introducing myself, if you want to be honest. But hello, my name is Tiffany. People may know me as Tiffany Lockhart. I'm a video editor, Twitch partner. I am now a CampCom creator. Oh, that's cool lately. Community manager for Neon White. And I am also a ship hoster on the daily.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's like a guarantee when you're on Twitter, just automatic shit posts. Like that's just hot the reality. Like I've come to terms with that.
It wasn't always like that though, funny enough. It just happened over time.
Yeah, that's the process of Twitter. Like I've realized, like when I came back to it, like almost 4 years, exactly 4 years ago, actually, almost exactly 4 years ago, I was like, I'm just gonna be like a very wholesome guy. I'm gonna do like personifying fan fictions here and there. Don't mind me, you know. Now after 4 years, I feel like the amount of brain cells that I've lost and gained along the way is just tremendous. Like Twitter is just a part of you after a certain point in time.
It helps more because I feel like a lot of companies and brands, they're also on Twitter and being more interactive with the community more so compared to like Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. I never see them like give people the time of day on those sites. But on Twitter, it's like they actually have fun with you, and that's what I appreciate a lot about just Twitter in general when it comes to like companies and games and all that shit.
Yeah, that's like the one thing that I enjoy a lot from Twitter is that you hold no bars. Like there is just you throw everything in the ring, and it's like it's more conversational, like you said, because like and I've tried this like Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. It's just so professional, but like even though like it's certain things, especially for us content creators, we need like that level of like professionalism at some points when it comes to like trying to get ourselves somewhere. But it's like with Twitter, it's just you're yourself. You can just say something really dumb, and then people will be like, yeah, or people will be like, no, and then you know, like that's just...
I think it's harder on Twitter because everyone's trying to get canceled constantly. But I feel like
true.
You have more of a voice on Twitter at the same time compared to like other social media sites in particular.
Yeah, that's true. And and another thing is that, like for me, the way I've handled my social medias is that Instagram, Facebook, they're more personal to me because that's where I have like a lot of like my personal friends and family members and all that kind of stuff. That's why I don't use that a lot compared to Twitter, where I can literally just be like, I'm a RT this, I'm gonna be down bad, and then nobody like like that kind of thing. And it's just you can just make it's just some of the funniest stuff you'll ever see will be on Twitter. Like for example, like your Sora edit.
Oh no!
I can't stop laughing. Even now, I can't stop laughing about it because both of them. The one with
Fidel coming down.
Yeah, the one with Fidel coming down. I wish you could see my face because like the way he's just like T-posing. You just need to put like the hallelujah like sound because he's like coming down like Jesus. It's like Jesus, like what? Like,
I think that's one thing I do appreciate a lot about Twitter. Now that I think about it, I could just post 5-second edits without any remorse and no like criticism. It's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna just shoot this out. But when it comes to YouTube, they care about like the whole time and how long the video is. I don't care about that. I just want to shit post and like just make edits, short edits.
Yeah, YouTube's a pain because
that's what I see.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, and a lot of people nowadays they've been who want to start YouTube or have been in it for a while. They always ask me, it's like, how do you do it? I'm like, I don't know. I'm still learning. It's a learning process. I don't know. Like I don't have all the secrets
in general.
Yeah, exactly. Like one day I may know something, and the next day it's like, oh, well, okay. Like it's a process, and it's a lot of patience too. Because I'm lucky that like I am where I am now, and obviously I want to continue
Mhm.
growing, and that's what everybody, like you included, and many others
Mhm.
that are listening in on this when it's uploaded. Like, obviously, like we should be. What I'm trying to say is that as much as we want to grow in the future, we also have to like appreciate like where we are at now, so that's
Yeah.
easier to get used to when we grow and get bigger.
I tell myself this all the time, funny enough, because even now in this moment, I still feel like I'm like at the bottom of the like chain in general. And
It,
people are like, "Why? What do you mean? This and the third, you've done this." And it's like, yeah, but I always aim to do better and strive for more. You know, like I don't know, fucking maybe one day I'll hit like 1 million subscribers. I'm like, I feel like I could do more.
yeah,
And I'm always gonna feel underwhelming with myself, even though other people are like, "No, you're doing great. You did this. You're doing this, and you have great edits." And I'm just like, "Yeah, but I could do better."
yeah, I have
And
that. I have that same mentality too. Cause my goal for this year is to reach 100K. Like that is the
Mhm,
goal. That's a lot of work, but I really want to like put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours. But all that kind of stuff, and
mhm,
I it's it's just that if I don't know how to put it to words, because we had this conversation before, and even then I couldn't find the right words for it, because it all just depends on the person and like what
yeah,
type of content they're doing, because you're more Twitch and live streaming, and
mhm.
I'm more of like filming, editing, and like messing around with the background kind of things, and then I just post it whenever I want.
Oh yeah, like I can't stress enough how much of a different environment it is. I know so many people, I'm not gonna say any names because I don't think they
Yeah,
want me to say their names, but like it's nothing mean whatsoever, but they have told me personally that YouTube into Twitch it's a complete different vibe because you gotta keep up that personality, you gotta keep up that your mannerisms, you gotta keep being entertaining like constantly each second live on stream. While on YouTube, it's like, you get to clip which part you want. You can do retakes. We only got one shot like per stream, and it's way
yeah.
more inclusive too at the same time because people really see how you are without,
Like
you
there's no
know,
filters, there's no nothing. Like
yeah,
that's you at that moment, you
pretty
know.
much.
And
And some of the YouTubers they actually quit streaming because of they didn't feel like they were right for the platform. And I feel like that's also perfectly okay because not everyone is meant to be a streamer and not
yeah,
everyone's also meant to be a YouTuber. It's just find your balance.
yeah, exactly. It's just finding the balance. For me, I would love to go back to streaming, but the way that I would want to stream is like, because I've realized that the type of person that I am, I'm like
Mhm.
very calm and collected. Like I can be chaotic when I want to, but the type of chaotic, it's not like me screaming around and jumping around and ripping my shirt off for whatever reason, all that kind of stuff. For me, it's more of like,
Shout out
holy
to the Caves
shit,
page.
and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, yeah, shout out to the game. He has wild moments. Like that's like he's this whatever. But like
Oh.
that's like that's not how I am as a person. Like I'm more of
Mhm.
like calm, collected. I look at things and like I'm like my tone of voice is more of like hey everybody, like very
Mhm.
Peter Parker-esque is how I would describe my type of,
See that.
you know.
But keep in mind, there's a lot of people on Twitch who do like the chill and
Yeah.
calm environments in general. Not everyone likes the hypest people, which is I completely understand too, because sometimes some people come in and are going to sleep. They're like, I'm gonna put you in the background. I wanna, just watch you till I knock out. I'm just like, you sure about that? Because I'll be like yelling and blasting shit. And it's like some people do prefer that, You gotta
Yeah.
find your your group when
Yeah,
it comes to
exactly.
streaming.
Yeah, you just need to find your group, and like there are ways to be entertaining, like you said, without
Mhm,
trying to like friggin' turn into a Super Saiyan every 5 seconds, you know.
mhm,
And that's what I like aim to be, that kind of vibe.
mhm.
I will say that when I do want to start streaming, I really want to do Pokemon Nuzlocke. Like
Oh, that's what I
that is
started
like,
yesterday.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna. I couldn't get around to see it, but how was it? Did you fail already, or like are you like already are you doing
All
good?
right. Let me clarify what happened. So we had a different randomizer, right?
Oh, you did
And
randomizer. That's right.
yeah, randomizer for everything. So for the first one, we were doing fine, but then I accidentally closed the game without saving. Like it glitched out.
Oh,
So
that
we had to
sucks.
start over.
Yeah,
And it was the same file. So we're like, okay, we don't have to like redo the seed. And
yeah.
then I got my water type and I ran into nothing but electric types. And I was
Oh,
just like,
that's yeah. There's there's so many technicalities and like strategies because for me I want to make sure I know exactly what I'm doing because there's so much BS in Pokemon that I've managed to learn and figure out. Meanwhile, as a kid, I was like, this move works, let's do it, like let's spam it, like that kind of thing. But now it's like Eevee and Ivy training and make sure this
those
Pokemon
spam moves.
it's like you can spam moves in Nuzlocke, and I've seen like people done Nuzlocke, especially like Jaden Animations. Like recently,
Hmm.
she has animated her Nuzlocke, which are like the best. And for many Pokemon YouTubers, that's like content right there because they know and
Hmm.
we know. It's like we're gonna take our chances there. But every single time I watch her Nuzlocke animations, like there's so many things that you learn about Pokemon that you just never had a chance to like experience as a kid. Because Pokemon
Hmm.
is an easy RPG, but then the more you kind of like see the nuances of it in each and every generation, like it's a completely different game. That's what that's basically what Nuzlocke and just professional Pokemon in general is all about. It's like you are playing a different game. This is not a child's game anymore. Like you better learn.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
beat the shit out of my nephew later on.
Yeah. Yeah. And what kind of I mean, not emulator, but what kind of like Game Boy were you using for this, and how were you able to random
Advance. Game Boy
a
Advance.
Game Boy Advance?
Oh, I will show you my copy in the future.
Shame. No, but we everybody knows emulation's a thing. At least at this point, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but I've owned,
No,
all these games. It's not like
yeah,
anything.
same here.
Yeah.
It's just easier, Like that's just what
It's crazy
emulation.
how legit all the games I ever emulated in my life are games I actually have played
Yeah, same
before.
here. There are certain ones that I have emulated, whether Game Boy DS, and I've never played. But at the same time, like, you know, I'm not gonna spend $500 on eBay for a scalper, just to get the game, and then I have to buy a functioning DS. Like, emulation,
Yeah, that kind of
it's just
killed my
right there.
vibe a lot,
Yeah, exactly. Like I like how we're at a certain point in gaming where emulation is just universally accepted, because like even Nintendo is doing it through paid service, but even they know and
It's
understand.
kind of shitty though,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's very shitty compared to like what we can actually do. But
Mm-hmm.
again, it's like the fact that it's there and it's like a thing being done. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no point in like hiding in the shadows. It's like, oh my god, he's
I'm still
emulating.
waiting for that Majora's Mask soon to be on
Oh yeah, I
the
can't wait to see.
Nintendo Online. Oh
Yeah,
man,
I haven't spent the $50 for that. Yeah, I'm still with my
same,
20 a year, because I there's no
same.
justification for it, honestly. Because and I've seen the videos of like the emulation, all that kind of stuff, and it's bad. It's so
I think it's
bad.
getting better, isn't it?
Hopefully, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think also it's just that for what they have, it's not, again, like, it is technically justifiable because they also throw in the Sega Genesis over. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
just like the 5, 6, 7 games that they have for the N64, but also the 5, 6, 7 games that they have for the Sega Genesis as well, which is pretty crazy. Like the fact that you're playing what used to be its rival in the 90s,
Yeah, ain't that some
like
shit?
that's like incredible. Like if you think about it now. But
Any game you're looking forward to the most to play?
it for like for the online or just in general?
Yeah,
For,
just online and in general, if you want to answer both.
Well, right now I'm on that Pokemon Legends hype. Like, I am pouring content left and right because I am just so excited for Legends, and of course Bayonetta 3. Like, dude, man, I wish you could have seen me react to that direct, because towards the end, I popped out of my chair and went to the other side of the room yelling like,
This man was losing his shit, man.
I was like losing my shit, and I'm happy now that I have like my own setup and everything, so that when there is another direct, I am ready to go. Like,
next direct is gonna be in February. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it too. Like, that's basically what they have one for. That's when you realize it. Nintendo has a pattern. They always have one in February. They usually have one for E3 or before E3,
and November,
and then like September,
November,
October time, maybe later to like November. But basically, like spring, summer, winter. They have one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so for sure we might get one for February, but what they're gonna present, I don't know, because like we already know about Kirby, we already know about Bayonetta.
Hopefully Neon White gets a little trailer and no hints or anything. Hello.
I can't wait to try that, because you guys have it for PC too, right?
Yes, it is coming to Steam and Switch.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. I'm actually excited because that's a concept I've never seen before. So that every single time I see like on Twitter, I'm like, oh my god, yes! Like, it's such a cool thing.
I'm really excited for everyone to check it out, but I can't really say too much in this moment. But I am genuinely very excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And what about like the whole Capcom thing? Like, cause like, damn, like the Capcom creator thing, like that's an awesome title to have.
You
like,
know, no cap, I'm gonna be real with you. So when that day happened, right?
Yeah.
I was knocked out in bed at like till like 4 p.m. But then my phone just started blowing up. I kept hearing sounds, and I'm just like, I hear, like, legitimately, I had 12 DMs on Twitter. I had 5 on like Discord. I had a lot of ads and other servers, and I'm like, Tiffany, hey, check this out. Hey, this, and the third. So I'm in my bed. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm coming. So I go on my phone and I start filling it out in my bed, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'll just submit it, you know. Yeah. And I didn't finish submitting or writing like my paragraph or whatever, because they were like, if you scroll down, it's like, connect to your Twitch. I'm like, okay, let me just connect to my Twitch quickly. I connect, and I didn't realize that's what submitted the app. And I went, oh shit. So I jumped to I jumped to that PC, and I was like, oh, I'm fucked. I'm gonna get denied right away. So I actually emailed them, because they're at the bottom of the application. They're like, oh, if something happens, you know, email us at this, and the third.
Right.
And I hit them up, and I rewrote everything on the application. And I just gave more detail. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry I submitted too soon. But hi, my name is Tiffany. I'm this, and the third. I've done this. I did like the whole shebang.
Right.
And less than like 10 minutes later, I got an email back, and they're like, hey, welcome to the program. I was like, really?
So yeah, don't worry about it.
I was like, what the fuck, really? It's been less than like,
I think
10-15 minutes.
I think them just seeing you being Twitch partnered, something like that, they were just like, okay, yeah, automatic.
Nah, that's the crazy thing about it. There's not that many people who were accepted even still.
Yeah, but
I don't.
Let's also consider the fact that, let's see, because it's Tiffany Lockhart, but then your handle is TiffanyMayCry. You've done a lot of DMC edits.
Whoa, there's a reason why.
So they were probably like, all right. That's what I think.
No. My thing is, and I even told like people in general, including like some of the people at like Capcom, because it was a joke. But the only reason my name is TiffanyMayCry is because Tiffany Lockhart is not a thing yet, because Twitter doesn't have the characters for the full name.
So you were just like, all right, the next big thing.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I guess it.
That's the only reason why I don't go by Tiffany Lockhart on Twitter, because I legit can't do that for some reason. And it's kind of like, all right, sure, I guess, whatever. But
you can kind of do Tiff Lockhart. Tiff?
No, that was already
No?
taken.
Oh, it was already.
That was
Oh,
taken,
it was
yeah.
one of those. Okay, yeah, okay.
But it was like maybe one day Twitter will give me like an extra letter, just
Maybe.
one letter, please.
Oh, it's
I'm
one more
begging.
letter? Oh,
Yeah, it's
I
just
hate
one.
that. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's legit the problem. But with the whole Camcom stuff, still, when I accepted, there was only 4 other Camcom creators at that moment. I was like, hey, yo, what? Like, not even it's a humble brag, I guess, but I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit, I was like the first 4 to make it in. That's
That's awesome.
crazy. And I was like 2 hours late. I was in my bed like
No, you were
snoring.
you weren't 2 hours late. You were 2 hours just in time. If you think about
That's
it.
true. Timing is everything. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's another thing people don't really understand when it comes to like messaging someone or just asking about like sponsorships or just shit like that in general. Timing is
Oh yeah.
legit everything. I can't stress that enough.
Same. I'm learning about that too. Like everything. Like the timing, uploads, things like that. Like there's a set time that guarantees you success. And
It's not even about like a set time. It's based off, like I said, the people around you. Because
yeah,
time zones are a thing, and that's a thing that people seem to forget. Because sometimes when I would post at night, it's usually to get the people overseas, get their attention, and it works. Like for like some of my edits, like the Devil May Cry edits, and I want the people in Japan to see it. I will post at a certain time, and they will see it right away. I was like, yes.
yeah. For me, it's
But
more. It depends, cause it depends on what I have to talk about. Like right now, like I said with Pokemon, those guys they posted it as soon as possible. Like I'm talking 9, 10, like 12.
sorry.
Like there's something every hour because the type of Pokemon YouTubers that are out there, like they're news based. They're like like let's say like for example the overview trailer for Arceus, the Japanese one showed up. Everything
Yeah.
just went ham. Everybody got like I did my thing. I did like a podcast as style where I just explained everything while reacting to the trailer and whatnot. And that was like half an hour. And then everybody like there was like 1 hour. The same dude posted one thing, an hour later posted another thing, and it's just like, whoa, guys, calm down. What do you guys do? Like, calm down. Whoa, like, is this all you do? Like, what? Like,
People are in it for the grind. I mean, think about how it was for Smash Brothers. People did theory videos every single day, even on the same
yeah,
topic, like get some views.
yeah, I've done that too, like those prediction videos and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like it's understandable, but back to back to back, it's like, damn, I don't
Yeah.
have that. I don't have that ability, you know?
If you want to get all that traction, that's
Yeah,
sadly how it is. It's a time investment,
yeah,
and
it is. But
it's stressful.
yeah, but I know I got 2 videos for Pokemon because I got this entire month is nothing but Pokemon. After Arceus releases, then it's like back to my usual, like, what am I gonna talk about, this and that. Like I do have like my thing that I started doing, and I want to do this every Sunday as much as I can, which is called like development history, where I take a franchise, I take all of their games and I explain like how each of their games development went, and then obviously like my personal thoughts if I played it, if I haven't played it, all that
Kind of
kind
like a retrospect, right?
of like a retrospect kind of thing. So it's kind of like Some Call Me Johnny videos, but it's more focused on like just the history, not like a review. Even though I do talk about like my personal thoughts, like for example, I have one planned for Pokemon. Like I'm gonna talk about every single Pokemon generation soon, and then I have
Okay.
and then I have in the back burner Marvel vs. Capcom. So that one's gonna be fun for me because I know of Marvel vs. Capcom, but I had no idea how that was a thing. So I just explained like all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty interesting. It's like it's fun because it makes me appreciate games a lot more. Because sometimes we tend to look at a game and be like, oh, this game is shit because of graphics and controls and things like that. But then when you kind of like take a step back and ask yourself like, how did this game came to be? And then you see like the behind the scenes of everything and how it slowly was trying to be one thing, but it ended up being another thing. Like you appreciate gaming a whole lot more. That's why I appreciate a lot of like the very shitty games now, because I see
Why they
like
gotta be shitty?
no like Balan Wonderworld. like if I look at the development history for that game, I'll appreciate that game a lot more because I'll realize, oh, these guys really wanted to do something, but they couldn't do it. Maybe because Square Enix was like, nah, screw this. We want to focus on NFTs or whatever. Or maybe they just didn't have like the budget for it or all that kind of stuff. Like there's so many factors that we tend to forget or a thing. And then we just look at the game for what it is and be like, oh, this game is shit. You know?
I can understand what you mean. Yeah. I see.
But like,
not a bad perspective. I will give you that for sure.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. Like for recently, like when they were Nintendo Life did an article where the reason why Pokemon Sword and Shield flopped in terms of like the graphics and why it's not a good looking Pokemon game was simply because like the directors for that game said, let's just give the young folk their shot at making it a big budget Pokemon game. And these were inexperienced people. And so, of course, there were going to be some flops and flaws that ultimately end up being in the final product. But then when I read that and I realized, like, oh, they just wanted to give new people experience. Like, all right, yeah, I'll give them credit for that. Like, you know, at the end of the day, Pokemon is going to sell well because it's a name that everybody loves Pokemon. And all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Exactly. But maybe, hopefully, like, for the next games, they'll learn and improve on that. You know, like, they
hopefully Gen 9.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever that is, all that kind of stuff.
I'm assuming it's gonna be either next year because they usually go like every I want to say 3 to 4 years.
Let's see.
When did Sword and Shield come out again?
2019. So let's.
Wait, 2019?
Yeah, 2019. November 2019 released Sword and Shield.
So wait, what came out 2020?
I think that was their expansion passes.
Okay, and 2021 was Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's.
Wow. So it should be coming soon then.
Well, because I have to. Let's put it this way.
Before, and Black and White came out 2010, because I remember playing it when it came out. I think it came out the beginning of the school year because I remember bringing it to class with me at high school. Let me double check.
Yeah, because I was.
Yeah, it came out September 18th, 2010. Gen 5.
Yeah, Gen 5.
Yeah, so it's still 3 to 4 years each, usually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so again, like they'll probably demonstrate something this year, and then next year they'll be like, "Hey, we have it."
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see Pokemon.
Because again, it all depends. It also depends on like the amount of promotional work they want to do for each generation. Which is why Generation 4 is technically the longest generation, because not only they did Diamond and Pearl, they did Platinum, they did Heart Gold Soul Silver, they did Pokemon Battle Revolution, they did the Mystery Dungeon games, they did what else they did? They did Pokemon Rumble for the Wii.
No way, the Mystery Dungeon game started off in Gen 3. It started off with Red and Blue. And then they were also doing Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD, and they were also doing a few other games for Gen 3 at that time.
No, right, yeah. Generation 3 was where Mystery Dungeon started, but I'm saying like Generation 4 continued that with 3 more games, and then they ended it in Generation 6.
I mean, I would. Here's the thing: main storyline, like Pokemon games, always get the most traction.
Yeah.
And usually other teams work on the Mystery Dungeon games. It's not just Game Freak itself.
Yeah, Chunsoft are the guys involved with Mystery Dungeon. Yeah,
Because my thing now is that I completely forgot Black and White 2 into Pokemon X and Y was less than a year and a half.
Yeah.
That's a huge change up.
That's true. You know what? Yeah, that's true. Because 2013, immediately they were like, hey, we have another Pokemon game.
Yeah, that was less than... Black and White 2 came out a year and a half afterwards. And then another year and a half is X and Y.
Yeah, they jumped the gun for that one.
And there's another 3 years. It's Sun and Moon.
Yeah. And
then it's Ultra Sun and Moon a year later.
And then from there, we have now Sword and Shield. Boom.
I think they're rushing.
Timeline itself. I think... I wouldn't say they're rushing because, again, you have to ask yourself, when did they start developing it? Because, for example, X and Y, they probably were starting developing that game once the 3DS was a thing, because 3DS was a thing in 2011, so they must have either worked on that once they had the concept design and like the assets they needed for a 3DS game.
I agree. It's just they also came out with Black and White too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
That's
true.
why I was just like, it's a little. We're not really behind the scenes, so we don't get to see all of this.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
from what I'm saying is that they're pretty much 3 to 4 years at most. I feel like it's gonna probably be something this year because they already have all the 3D models, and I'm pretty sure they're not gonna upgrade them. They haven't upgraded those 3D models for Pokemon since Gen 6.
No.
From the 3DS days.
No, and honestly, they don't have to. They just need to polish.
Oh no,
them.
they have to. They need to upgrade them. A lot of them look like ass.
Well, I mean, no, yeah, obviously a lot of them. Well, yeah, a lot of them do look like ass. But I'm saying like they could just tweak the animations for them. Not the asset itself, but the animation of that asset. If that makes any sense.
I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like they need to work the ground up for a lot of the 3D models.
Oh, for sure. There are some that, yeah, they really need to be like, yeah, you gotta.
Also, the frames are kind of terrible at times.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah.
Like, the frames are really bad for Pokemon games, including recently. Including if you go online, it's like 10 frames a second at one point. It's really disgustingly bad.
Yeah, but again, that's like polish work. So it's not so much like upgrading. But yeah, there are a lot that, you know.
It's also the fact they don't even have all the Pokemon in Gen 8 still to this day.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
there's a lot of issues with, I like Sword and Shield as a game, but it has a lot of issues.
Oh, for sure. For sure. There's no denying that it has a lot of a lot of stuff.
My thing is, in general, so I know people are like, oh, but Tiffany, you gotta give them leeway and this, and the third, but Pokemon is one of the most top-selling, like, franchises in the world.
Yeah, but Game Freak's only one part of that. Because the amount of art outsourcing they have done, like for example, Mystery Dungeon is one of them. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is a recent one. New Pokemon Snap is another outsource. Like, what else?
That's all right.
And also
I'm gonna stop here.
No, I'm gonna continue because
Pokemon Masters,
all right.
I'm gonna stop here.
Yeah.
Because Pokemon makes 92 billion. It is more than Mickey Mouse and Friends and Star Wars and Hello Kitty and everything in general. They have the assets to work on these games with more value and product and all that stuff in general.
Yeah,
Not even to mention how Pokemon Go was like one of the most top-selling games of all times within a weekend.
Right. Yeah, but I'm saying is that money collectively speaking, that's not just for Pokemon Company. That is its worth, but it has to distribute that worth to its third parties from out it outsources, depending on.
It doesn't take too much to make a Pokemon game.
I'm not saying that it doesn't take too much. It's saying that they have so much that they have to, because they're a well-known brand. They have a lot of collaborations. They have a lot of merchandise. They have a lot of outsourcing, like Pokemon Go, Pokemon Masters, new Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, but those are.
And they've made.
There's not that much, resources to put into those games. Those games cost at most maybe like $1 million to do. It's not that much, and they gain like quadruple it back instantly. Like just alone, what was it? In like 2017, they made like 75 billion. You're telling me they can't use, even if they get like 25% of that, they can use that 25% and make a phenomenal game.
I know
but they still haven't.
I know that. I also agree with you that. I'm just saying how they make their money. I'm not saying how. I'm also kind of saying how they distribute it. But at the end of the day, Pokemon Company, we all know, are very greedy people, and they would prefer to continue not giving as much money to Game Freak because they're too busy making Converse shoes. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. And I think if people kind of take that perspective, at least to kind of think about it, you'll be like, okay, Game Freak kind of, Yeah, they were the ones that pioneered Pokemon, but now Pokemon is like, yeah, no, screw you guys. We ain't giving you money. We're making.
You know how much it is to make a pair of sneakers, by any chance?
Depends on where it's being manufactured. Like this is like economics that I don't even know, and I'm Jewish. Like
so I used to work for like, I'm not gonna say where because then people are gonna like research it.
Yeah.
So a pair of sneakers you can make for $4.50.
Right. It's cheap.
You're telling me like this company, no matter what anyone says, and like I said, I love Pokemon from my heart, but their quality in games have been decreasing a lot.
Yeah, that's fair.
A lot.
Fair.
And all the money in the world, I know there's merchandise and all this stuff, but like I said, for every single merchandise, they're still making almost quadruple the value each time. They could definitely do like a better upgrade for these games. The Game Freak is still getting enough money too at the same time. They're just being greedy.
I don't know. Again, I don't know. I don't think that. I think that Pokemon Company just isn't giving Game Freak enough treatment as game developers, even though Game Freak is the reason Pokemon exists. And I just think Pokemon Company, just Pokemon Company, are greedy, and Game Freak is just left to fend for themselves. That's how I see it. I could be wrong.
But have you researched it?
I don't know. I could be wrong. I'll have to like do my development history videos and figure it out along the way. You know, like
because I feel like for a conversation like this, you and I, because I delve into it here and there, but it's always good to just check beforehand, because they purposely at one point like just did like a lot of reuse assets and all this stuff to just, you know.
Yeah, there are problems that I see, but there are problems that we may think is real, but they're probably not. Again, it's a matter of checking, like you said. So, which gets me excited. Like I'm excited to see to kind of see it.
I get that. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
That I do feel like Game Freak shouldn't be making Pokemon games anymore. They should have another company that's way more invested at this point.
Yeah, I could see that.
As also they are like doing their own thing. Like Game Freak has been trying to do their own games, that stuff in general, which I'm like cool, but even those games look very underwhelming at this point. I don't remember if you recall the other Game Freak game that happened.
Yeah, that was one game. I saw a video from Ant Dude that he actually played older games that released, and he enjoyed some of them. Like there's one called Pulseman, which is for the Sega Genesis, that he said that was actually pretty fun. That was like a platformer. There was another one where it was like an Elephant Rambo type thing that was pretty good. Like there are good Game Freak games, but the thing is that
I feel like
they're not 3D.
Okay. We're talking about games from like a long time ago though, right?
No, some of them were like 5-6 years ago max. Some of them. I'll send you the video so you can watch it, because I actually did not know that Game Freak made
you said Sega Genesis. I was like, what? That's
right, there was one that, and then they continued and all that kind of stuff. Like I'll send you the video afterwards.
But it's here's my thing. We shouldn't have to check on someone else's opinion and stuff to create your own.
Right. No, I'm saying like the fact that they made these games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, like,
most of the games I remember checking out, they were just underwhelming.
Yeah. I want to try out that. I want to try out that Pulseman though. I love platformers, especially the older platformers. I love them. I love them a lot. Like Mega Man X.
See, for me, I'm not actually a huge fan of platformers, so I wouldn't be into it.
Yeah.
But that's just me in general. You see, that's why I was like, I wouldn't care, and that's why I also found it like, pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, because I'm a huge fan of platformers, because it's like, it's all level design and gameplay, rather than like what most games are nowadays, where it's like trying to tell a story and themes and all that kind of stuff. And while like, sure, that's awesome, because I love like Uncharted, for example, is one of my favorite franchises, and that's basically what it is. It's you're basically playing Indiana Jones, and like it's kind of like a movie in and of itself. I can't replay those games as opposed to me replaying like a Mario, a Pokemon, a Sonic, because that's all gameplay. It's a game. You're meant to play the game and play it as many times as you want and do speed runs if you want to and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I love like platformers, because you can always go back for like a good 1 or 2 hours. You can always like mess around. There's no repercussions. You don't have to pay attention to any story because they don't.
You mean you can skip the stories?
Exactly, you can skip the stories.
Like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a speedrunner myself. Like, you could beat Uncharted in less than 40 minutes.
Yeah, I wanna. How do you do that? Right, because they're like.
There's a lot of games. That's why I was kind of confused on what you're saying, because I know you're like, oh, Uncharted is like all story based, and I'm like, I've played it. I've seen people beat the game in like 40 minutes, like 45 minutes, I would say. It was 45 minutes or less. Same thing like Mario and Sonic and all these games in general. Like for an Odyssey run, it's about the same time. I don't know when he brought that whole thing. I was just like, I don't think that's actually a valid criticism there.
Let me get my fact checker real quick. Yeah, no, most of the time I just say BS out of my mind and be like, let's see if it sticks. No, I'm kidding. No, I try my best.
I'm trying to remember if I'm gonna look this up now. Yeah, wow. So Uncharted is actually a shorter speed run than Super Mario Odyssey.
Really? How would that? Because I'm trying to figure out like what level would they?
Any percent for Super Mario Odyssey is 57 minutes. 57. For the first Uncharted game, it's 40 minutes and let me check. 40 minutes and 10 seconds.
How would they? Where would they exploit and break the game?
That's the part of the any percent run. I'm not a speedrunner for this game in particular. But when you mentioned that, I like platform games because it's not about the story, this and that, it's like, I mean, people just play the games because they just genuinely like the games. They're playing for fun. And including when it comes to speedrunning, no one pays attention to the story there at all.
Right, they just like break the game, yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is that you can always go back to those games with no hassle.
Maybe I'm just in a different boat because people always think Resident Evil games are story-based games, but I could beat those games in an hour. So
I forget that Resident Evil have stories.
Exactly, Resident Evil has nothing but story and lore.
Yeah,
but I could go back into those games like anything. It's like I said, this is where it goes based off preference again.
Yeah,
because from your point of view, I know you're a Mario and a Sonic and all those fan. Like, I'm not the biggest Mario fan. I don't even play Sonic games like that. I never really cared for them growing up. It wasn't for me.
What?
While I was on the whole, let me play TiffanyMayCry, let me play some Resident Evil, let me play this and the dirt. But I could play those games just as fast as, your Sonic and Mario games.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just like, how well do you know the game too? And that's how you're able to speed run it as fast as you possibly can.
Like, I do this all the time on Twitch. I could play Resident Evil 2 and just talk to chat the whole time and not even look at what I'm doing and just still be doing like phenomenal at my time. Yeah, that's why I was like, with the whole point of, story based. I'm like, I could load a lot of story based games, just go through them without like any hassles whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just for me, story based games, I have to pay attention to it. Like, I have to be like, is this happening? This is how this and that,
It has a story.
Yeah.
Sonic has a lot of lore.
Yeah, but they don't utilize it well. Like, if you see Sonic Adventure...
That's
Sonic
their
Adventure
fault.
2, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's there. They have everything. Literally, after Sonic Unleashed, they could have continued with that. Except they didn't. They go back to Sonic Colors, and it's like, what the fuck happened? What's going on here?
See, that's a little different. Every single game has a story. There's always a certain motivation. And that's why I was a little confused by your topic. I'm like, every single game has like at least a reason. Why would you play a game without a reason?
Yeah. In my case, it's gameplay. How the game
No,
works.
I meant every single
Right,
game
like
that we
every.
play has a story.
No, I mean, well, yeah. But the question is like, how fleshed out is that story for you to pay attention to it? For example, Sonic Colors. It's that you're in an intergalactic amusement park, and you're doing what Sonic does. You know. So the
I
question.
can't really say much about that because I never played the game.
Oh well, yeah, you can't really. All right, so Mega Man X, because it's like Capcom. So Mega Man X is.
Mega Man X has an amazing story.
Oh, it has amazing story, that's for sure when you pay attention to it. But it's just edgier Mega Man. You know?
I feel like that's where I'm gonna probably disagree there.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like I'll disagree because for myself, I played the game for the story. It's not just shooting and all this stuff in general.
Yeah. For me, when I played it because I like Mega Man.
Mm-hmm.
This was like my way. Like Mega Man X was how I got into Mega Man. It wasn't the Mega Man originals. My uncle was the one that played the originals. I was more of like X and Battle Network, that era.
Oh, Battle Network also has an amazing story.
Right, yeah. But for me, it was like the anime. I never played the games, and I want to play the games. I grew up watching the anime, and then I had the toys for it and all that kind of stuff. But games, it was Mega Man. You know, because there was like the collection for it from Mega Man X 1 to 6 on the GameCube, and then with the Legacy collections that came out in 2018, I played X7 and X8 there.
Yeah, I still remember my Mega Man experiences. Like Mega Man is like a platformer I do enjoy, but I always try to like see what's going on. Maybe it's because I was always interested in like what was his lore and backstory. Another game that that comes to mind when it comes to like story that I didn't pay attention to whatsoever because it wasn't told to you was like Dark Souls.
Oh, Dark Souls, yeah. There's
a lot of lore. I did not give a shit.
There is a lot of lore, but in order to find that lore, you have to find items, read the descriptions of those items, and you gotta like, it's Always Sunny from Philadelphia, like Charlie Day moment, where you're literally like, this like. But no, I played Dark Souls because of Dark Souls. I wanted to see what was the fuss about it. Got my ass kicked in Dark Souls 3. Never touched that game for a year, and then I replayed it, and then I absolutely loved Dark Souls.
What's crazy about Dark Souls? And I remember getting a lot of shit for this. So the first time I ever played Dark Souls, there was like a whole bet in chat, like, oh, how fast is she gonna die? And people are like, she's gonna die in less than 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I didn't die to like the 3-hour mark, and I remember people were getting so annoyed, like, oh, why won't you fucking die already? But my thing was, people were asking me in chat after like, 5 hours into the game, they're like, oh, do you think this game is hard? I'm like, this game is not hard whatsoever. It's as hard as you make it. There's a level up system. That's the one thing I went to Dark Souls like completely like blind. I didn't know there was a level up system. I thought everyone was equal amount, like equal health, equal strength.
Yeah, no, there's a level up system, but it's based on what you want to put it for, and depending on your play style, and that's what makes Dark Souls unique. The way you play the game is different than how I played the game, because you kind of more or less, even though you went blind, you kind of more or less understood the controls and how the game works. So that's why it was easier for you for those 3 hours. Meanwhile, for me, I died within the first 30 to 45 minutes because I was new to this. Like,
oh, I never played it before.
Right, but I was new to the controls of it. I didn't really fully understood
what you mean by that.
Like they tell you like, oh, this is how you play the game, but I didn't understand how to play the game. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand like, oh, you can do this. There's these certain things. Or
I feel like we're both on the same boat though, because I was in the, I didn't know anything either. I jumped in. I went through the same tutorials that year.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that I have a skill issue and you don't. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I want to say there's a skill issue. I just from what I saw from my surroundings, it was just this game clearly was about being patient and don't, you know, just jump into anything, you know. That's what
Exactly.
the tutorial kind of showed us, if any.
Yeah. But
like there was a boulder trap, and I was just like, okay, let me not rush anymore.
But the thing is, I didn't grasp that yet until way later. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't understand what they needed, what they expected from me. I just basically played it brain dead, expecting like no other game, like expecting it to be like no other RPG, you know? Like, you don't have to like. But then like slowly I realized that, damn, Dark Souls is teaching me some life lessons right now. Like that kind of feel. Like, wow.
It was genuinely a weird time, but I did enjoy Dark Souls clearly. Like I think it's one of my favorite games now after like time. The only thing I really disliked was the fact that you had to read all these stories. I didn't care at this point, but all I did know is that I wanted to like kindle the flame. Like I knew that was my goal. So I was just like in my head, I'm like, all right, let me just do this. But it was I don't even know how to word it, but people would get really annoyed that I was like farming, and that's one thing I love to do in like JRPGs in general. It's like farm.
Same.
Yeah, man, I mean, if this is a game mechanic, what are you talking about?
That was literally me when I was playing Digimon Cyber Sleuth, which is a game you have to play. Like, I'm sorry, you have to play this game, especially if you're like a Pokemon fan, a Persona fan, or just an RPG person in general. Digimon Cyber Sleuth is the one game you have to play, because it is to play amazing. Digimon games. I love it. It's so incredible. The battle system is so fun. Like, you can break the game because of the RPG mechanics that it has. Like the weakness aspect of everything, like, and the amount of Digimons that you can collect and everything is just, oh man, it's so fun.
Is it on Switch? Is it on Steam?
It's on both. You can get it on. It's the complete edition. So you get Digimon Cyber Sleuth, and you also get its sequel, which is Hacker's Memory. I think for Steam.
Sorry. Every time you say Cyber Sleuth, I think Cyber Slut, and it just keeps making me laugh every time you say it.
Cyber Sleuth. That's like.
That's all I hear. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Again, you're tired. You should go to sleep. You should go to sleep.
Oh my god, what time is it?
I think it's almost time. Wow.
It's been an hour.
Yeah.
That was so fast.
Yeah, I know. Every single time I make these podcasts, those words always come out of the mouths of everybody that has talked with me. You know, and that makes me happy, because there's no topic. We just whatever, and you're
just winging it.
Exactly.
It's a natural flow.
Exactly. It's, you know. So.
But yeah.
Since we're
Cyber Slut.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Can't wait to clip this.
No, I'm just.
And then show everybody how much of a mean person you are in real life. Be like, look, she's making fun of me.
What did I do?
What did I do, huh? Okay, but
what did I do?
Since we are coming to a close now, is there any final words you would like to say? You know, anything?
Are you gonna play Elden Ring by any chance?
Oh fuck yeah!
Okay, I see.
Yeah, hopefully, if I have the funds.
Oh man, I hope. Like, well, it's Bandai Namco, right?
Bandai Namco. It's From Software with association.
Software,
Bandai
yeah.
Namco. Yeah.
Because I feel like both companies do give out codes. Hopefully they give us one. Hey, hit me up.
I'm a content creator. I can stream if you want.
Exactly. Yeah. I would love to promote this game and die for everyone.
Same. But
it would be such an honor.
All right. So that's it. Those are your final words. That's how you're gonna.
I don't know. I just thought about Elden Ring because we were talking about Dark Souls.
Yeah. That's true.
It just came up. I'm like, I'm really excited. It's next month.
Yeah. No, it's this month.
Elden Ring?
Yeah, January. They said
no,
January.
It's February.
Oh, really? They push it for.
It's February 22nd. Let me double check. Elden Ring. It comes out. Well, it says it comes out November 12th, but okay. That's a
whatever.
February 25th.
Okay. Oh, okay, fair. All right. Yeah, plenty of time for me to collect some funds. All right.
Hey, at least you could play Pokemon RC as goats
Yep. That's
in
for
the
sure.
meantime.
Yeah.
When does that come out again?
January 28th. That one I know.
28th. Okay, got you. All right.
Yeah. All right.
I'll be down to play.
Same. All right. Well, since now it's time to end, for those that have been here, that have been on the ride for a very long time, you guys know how I love to end these kind of stuff. So keep being awesome. Keep spreading love and kindness to the world because I know you guys can, and I know I can as well. So let's make sure to at least do
Love to 120.
Yeah. Wait. We're not there yet. So make sure, so make sure to at least do one act of kindness each and every single day to someone out there who needs it, especially in these times. Keep improving yourselves by 1%, because by improving by 1% can go a long way towards making a better tomorrow. Know that I love you guys forever and always to 120. And I can't wait to see you all in that next fantastic video. Remember, guys, stay freaking sexy and take care. See you guys soon.
Bye. Bye.